morning's Business Insight. If you're looking for a fun, artsy way to wrap up the holiday weekend, try heading to Northside, where a new innovation called Cosign debuted on Friday. Cosign invited artists to design signage for Northside businesses in a competitive process. It's aimed at improving the look of the business district there in Northside. The process started with 52 artists submitting designs for 32 businesses. So far, 11 signs were funded, 5 of them at the corner of Blue Rock Road and Hamilton Avenue. The Hale U.S. Foundation, or U.S. Bank Foundation, funded the effort with a $150,000 grant and is looking to grow the program. Eric Abner is Vice President and Senior Program Manager for the Hale Foundation. He joins U.S. Bank Business Watch's Kelly Leon with more on this innovative program. Kelly?
Thank you, Brian. And Eric, thanks for being here. This is a really cool thing.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm going to tell people that this was your idea, because I don't know if you're going to tell them yourself. You came up with this concept. Where did it come from and why?
Well, we've been involved in conversations with other funders around the country about what's involved in creative placemaking. How do you use arts and culture? How do you use small business? How do you use physical environment to create a creative place in neighborhoods? So this was one way. We looked around at our talent in Cincinnati and we said, okay, well, we have an incredible talent pool of designers. We have an institution like the American Sign Museum. We have all these great small business districts. How do we put those together in a way that can do something that's uniquely Cincinnati? And so putting all that together, we came up with this concept of Cosign.
And what is the idea behind the signs? Because I think some people might think, you know, put up a sign. What's the big deal? What is the big deal with this?
Well, I think what we're trying to do is leverage the understanding of signage and the role that it plays in placemaking, so that if you think about some of those business districts that are great visual images, so if you go to Beale Street in Memphis with all the neon, or you go to Charleston, you see all the hand-carved and gold-leafed signs and things like that, they create an identity. So if we were saying, if we could actually take that, engage our local designer community, our artist community, and create our own personality of signage for business districts, what could happen? And could that lead to real vitality and increased vitality in business districts? So if we could drive people to think of these business districts as real places with real identities, emphasized by the signs, could that drive more business to small businesses? Could that get more people on the sidewalk and do that? So
and we have so many emerging business districts, or I guess they were formerly, and now they're coming back to life. Last week we talked about Over the Rhine. Mindy Rosen was just here talking about what's happening in downtown. So how will you measure the success of the signage, or can you, will you? How will you?
You know, I think a lot of people are looking at it from a lot of different ways. One way is just, are we giving opportunities to our designers and artists locally to actually make a living as artists? So this process was a way that they actually got paid for their design work. Do small businesses actually see a growth in businesses? Is there more repeat business? Is there more mentions in media about business districts? I mean, different people are looking at the results of this in different ways. The American Sign Museum, which we have a great partnership with, are looking at it as a way for them to outreach into neighborhoods to get the value of signage and to get the appreciation of signage at a higher level.
So the signs will actually attract people as well as the businesses themselves.
If you go down and see them, they were unveiled on Friday. And if you go down and see them, I mean, there isn't a dud in the bunch. I mean, they were all beautiful signage, and it's incredible. I'm still baffled by the talent that we have in this community.
Yeah,
so.
And what's going to be really fun is when other cities come here to see what we've done and then replicate it.
Yeah, no one else, with our research, no one else anywhere is doing anything like this, about matching artists and small businesses and professional sign fabricators, and nobody has a place like the American Sign Museum to leverage.
And what's next? Where will we see these signs coming next?
Well, I think we're going to be rolling this out in other neighborhoods, and I think we're looking for neighborhoods that have a unique character, that have a business district that has businesses that want to have new signs, that we have an engaged residents in the neighborhood who want to get involved. I think there's a collection of assets that we're looking for neighborhoods, and we're going to be rolling this out over time.
Great. We'll get to Northside, take a look at these signs, and thanks so much, Eric, for being here. Brian.
All right, I'm going to plan a trip to Northside. Great spot. Good idea with the signs.